Good evening and welcome back to a rainy Sunday evening episode of What's So Funny. I'm doing the intro this week. Sam Tonning is home in bed, sick, so he says. And so I'm here all alone with my guest, Gavin Matts, as he coughs into his elbow as he was taught in elementary school. Good job, Gavin.
Thank you. Very polite.
You're nothing but polite. I just met you 15 minutes ago, and I could tell.
Wow, that's a good sign.
Yeah. So welcome. And I've seen you perform many times.
Oh, cool. Well, I don't know why I was thanking you.
Yeah.
Thank you for seeing me.
Came down just to see you. Yeah, Sam isn't here. Normally, we'd have some chit-chat with Sam.
Yeah, a little back and forth. See how he is, but he's sick.
Yeah, he's sick.
Is it selective sick? He knew I was the guest. He didn't
Could be. You know what? He says I don't know how long Sam has been in Vancouver. Do you?
2 years at least.
You started 4 years ago.
3 years ago. I'm in my fourth year.
You're in your fourth year. That always confuses me. It was 3 years ago. So you started in 2014.
Yes.
And you're in your fourth year.
Yes.
Even though it's only 2017. Okay.
Yeah.
I think I get it.
Yeah, I started March 1st, 2014.
Okay. Sam says that he's known you ever since he's moved here, but he knows nothing about you.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Are you a secretive guy?
I don't like to, throw my laundry everywhere.
Literally
Yeah.
or metaphorically? I suppose literally.
Both.
Yeah. Yeah, both. So you keep you play your cards close to your vest.
Yeah, I think it's better that way. You want to keep a little bit of a
air of mystery.
Yeah, stand-up's like a weird secretive thing.
Yeah.
So
who knows you best in the community?
Probably Sophie Buttle.
Your old roommate.
Yeah.
And former guest of this program.
Yes.
So
that would be her.
And so because you were roommates, it's hard to hide stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we lived together for 2 years, so we didn't even talk for like the first 6 months we lived together, but then after that we were like the best of friends.
What do you mean you didn't talk?
We just didn't talk. We lived in a one-bedroom apartment, very small apartment. I had the bedroom, she had the living room.
How did that work out? How did you get the bedroom?
I came in after somebody had moved out of her place. She was looking for a roommate and I got the room just because she liked the bigger room, which was the living room. Mm. Yeah, there's a curtain up. There's very private.
you couldn't access the living room.
I could if we were hanging out,
right?
But I wouldn't. But
in those first 6 months, you weren't hanging out.
Never. No.
I'm going to my room.
There's a window in my bedroom to the deck, and so to get to the deck, I would climb out of my window
rather than going through her bedroom.
Because that would.
Because you're a gentleman and you're polite, as we established right off the top.
Yes.
Yeah. Good. But you're no longer roommates.
No.
So she knows you the best, but she guards those secrets.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, maybe she talks about me behind my back. I don't know. You've never.
So you moved down. You're from New West.
Yes.
Here's what I know about you. Right?
Okay.
So you're from New Westminster.
Yes.
The former capital of this great province.
That's correct.
The home
Fun
of
fact.
Raymond Burr and also Yvonne de Carlo.
Cool. I have no idea either of those.
Really?
Yes.
Like you've heard of one of them, I'm sure.
Raymond Burr rings a bell.
Well, there's the Raymond Burr Theater there now.
Okay.
Famous Hollywood actor. He was Perry Mason. You heard of Perry Mason?
Yes.
Yeah, that was him. And also he was Ironside. He played a detective in a wheelchair in the 1970s.
Oh, I know Ironside.
Yeah,
from Family Guy jokes.
Okay. Well, that's Raymond Burr from New Westminster.
And I need to read up on my city.
Yvonne de Carlo, I'm just going off the top of my head. Something tells me she's from New West. She played Lily Munster in the original Munsters.
See, well,
you know Munsters?
No.
You don't know the Munsters?
No. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, go. You got a world to discover.
This is
Google. Exciting for you. Like we just heard the show before us. That was playing Peter Cook.
Peter Cook.
Neither of us could identify him right off the bat.
But I wrote it down. You
liked him.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked what was happening.
You didn't even know who Peter Cook was.
There's so much out there that I don't know.
No, so. You're a kid.
Yeah.
How old are you?
23.
23. So you started at 19?
Yeah.
Or 20?
I started a week before I turned 20.
Okay. And so you had to take the SkyTrain in?
Yeah, I was taking the SkyTrain in all the time.
to see stand-up. Here's something else I know about you. Your first live show was a show that I panned in the Georgia Strait. Aziz Ansari and Chelsea Peretti.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
the first stand-up show I ever saw.
You liked Chelsea, and what did you think of Aziz?
I liked Aziz. Like, Aziz was, I like his special from 2008, Dangerously Delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I used to watch that all the time, and that was like when I kind of started getting into stand-up, because I liked him on Parks and Rec, and then I found out he did stand-up, and then so I was like, oh, I want to go. And it was like the day after I graduated high school, I went, and it's the first time I ever saw stand-up live, and then Chelsea opened, and I didn't know anything about openers. And
you didn't know there's going to be another comedian.
No, not at all.
Or this doesn't look like Aziz, I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. No, yeah, so it was super cool. It was at the Orpheum.
Yes, I know. Yeah, I was there.
Good first show.
Well, I gave it a bad review in the paper.
You did?
I did. Here's some quotes. His own opening act, Chelsea Peretti, trumped her more famous headliner in the jokes and persona departments. So I liked her.
That was the first time I ever saw her too. So I was like, I had no idea who she was.
Oh, there you go. And then I said, Ansari has a level of confidence and swagger that far exceeds his talent. Ouch.
Damn, you went in.
Bitchy review.
Yeah, you didn't like it.
There didn't appear to be a single real moment during his 75 minutes on stage. What a jerk.
No, it's okay. Yeah. It's subjective.
Isn't it, though?
Yeah. You can not like something.
Sure.
You're allowed.
Yeah. I said the crowd loved him. I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I did say that.
I remember I was with a girl that was like so short, and we were sitting behind someone that was like so tall, so she couldn't see. So I think that took away from my experience during the later part of the show, because she kept like asking me to like move over too far. So maybe I just didn't give Aziz enough.
You didn't
switch seats?
Switch seats.
No.
So much for the gentleman.
I mean, you can't be played all the time.
This is comedy.
Yeah.
This is your professor. You didn't know, though.
No.
Did you?
No. I never knew I would start doing stand-up.
Really?
I wanted to do it.
Like how, when you say you wanted to do stand-up, what are you thinking? Are you thinking, I will do it one day, or just kind of, that would be fun to do sometime?
I got like really into it like at the end of high school. I just didn't know you could like actually do stand-up, and then when it was time to kind of like, pick school, I went to Langara for like a semester, like taking English classes, and then I was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do. So then I found this program at VFS, and I took the like writing for a film and TV program, and people there started doing stand-up. They were like doing stand-up, but they're like, we're going to go to an open mic. And I was like, oh, like, what's that? And then I just went and watched them, and they were doing comedy and in the basement of Goldie's. Anyone we know? No, none of them do stand-up. None of them are even in the city anymore. I'm the lone one. But they're writing for successful TV shows now. Oh, nobody is. Nobody is. Nobody from that program is. Hey, it just occurred to me as you were speaking. I was listening, but I could tell you were. My mind is, I have to think of a million things with Sam not here. That's okay. Did I even introduce you at the top? That's what I was thinking. I don't know if I did. You did. People were aware I was the guest. I thought they were. Okay. I think so. Gavin Matts is our guest. Hi, I'm Gavin. Nice to meet everyone. And I'll just tell you that the show is What's So Funny on CFRO 100.5 FM Vancouver Co-op Radio. And I am Guy McPherson. I'll just make a note of that there. All right. There you go. Okay. So here's a fun fact, Gavin. Ooh, love it. Love fun facts. You don't say graduated high school. You say graduated from high school. Oh, well, I'm very sorry. See, I'm still learning. I just found out who Peter Cook was. You'd expect me to know. Who was that? New West High? Yeah. Like Hyax? Hyax, yeah. Hyax, I got it right. You got it right. Cool. NWSS. Yeah, good school? Yeah, pretty good. So in high school, you weren't performing? No. I took drama in grade 8, and then I didn't do it again, but I liked it. Yeah, why didn't you do it? Easy mark? Or is it? I think it would probably have been an easy mark, but I just thought it was lame. Or I thought other people thought it was lame. That's probably it. That was what it was. What were you doing? Were you a jock? I played lacrosse? Yeah, I played sports, but it was never anything, feasible. I smoked weed and skipped class a lot.
Did you?
Yes.
Starting in what grade?
10, 11.
Mm-hmm.
Skipped a lot of class.
Leading up to that, so grade 8, 9, you were a pretty good kid?
Yeah. I mean, I think I was still a good kid after.
No, you weren't. You were doing drugs and skipping classes.
Yeah.
That is not...
No,
conducive.
it's not conducive to learning.
You seem like such a nice, clean-cut kid now.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty clean cut.
Yeah, it's Vancouver.
You gotta be.
You could be clean cut and still smoke weed, and there's no classes to cut.
I've actually even don't really smoke weed anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You outgrew that.
I've outgrown it.
Now it's crack?
Yeah, crack, meth, pretty much anything else I can get my hand on that's a powdered substance.
Hey, kids, we're joking. I think. I don't know, Gavin.
If kids are up right now, you guys should go to bed and let's talk more about drugs.
Yeah. So what else do I know about Gavin Matts? G-Matts. Did you have a nickname in high school? Was it
Subway.
G-Matts?
No, it was Subway.
No one ever called you G-Matts.
Sometimes people do. Sometimes people still do that. They'll just call me Matsy. Sometimes I got
Matsy.
Yeah, that's kind of like the
That's
hockey guy.
that's
guy thing. Yeah,
a sports nickname.
the sports nickname just add a Y. Yeah. Hey,
As
Matsy
they
over here.
slap the ice with their stick.
Yeah.
Matsy.
My closer friends would call me Subway though.
Why?
Because I got cut from this hockey team and we went to Subway after and I got a cold cut combo.
As you do.
And then it was like, oh, you got cut. You're having the cold cut. You're Subway. And I was like, it just sounds like we're living in the middle of the Canada when I'm telling that story. It was just in New West.
That is that is perfect. That's great logic.
Yeah, that's a good way to get a nickname. Yeah. That's how it happens, I think.
So you got cut.
Yeah, I got cut.
And at what age?
I was like 16.
Yeah, how'd you feel?
I don't know, pretty shitty. I got cut from a lot of sports.
What was the problem? You're not that good, or you weren't listening to the coach?
You know what? I think I was fine, and I was listening to the coaches. I really cared, but I think I was trying out for teams that were too good. You know?
Yeah.
So really, and it wasn't finding my place. I was always trying to play at a higher level, but as a kid, you think you can, and
you learn the hard way.
You got to settle sometimes.
Yeah. You didn't play for the Salmon Bellies?
I did.
You did?
Yeah.
They're a high level of lacrosse.
Yeah, but they have different levels.
Oh, I see.
In it, you know? I didn't play junior A or anything.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the higher one.
Okay. What, did you play junior B?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, I just figured that out.
Yeah, you're
pretty
good.
And do you play any sports now?
I play pickup basketball pretty frequently. Yeah.
Really?
Play at the Y.
That's my game.
You like ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've gotten pretty good at ball. I've put in a lot of time, actually.
Yeah, it's
to get
amazing.
better.
Yeah. And why?
I don't know why. It's fun.
I know, I did the same thing.
It's more
just
fun.
Play hours. I would go out and play 6 hours.
Yeah, it's just more fun than regular working out. I want to stay in shape and run around.
I couldn't go into a gym. Well, obviously.
No, you're great.
Yeah, just go out and shoot around and run.
It's free.
It's free.
It's easy.
Oh, man. And the ball going through the hoop, it's the best feeling in the world.
A swish?
Yeah.
No sound when it goes in. You're like, oh, my gosh.
So who do you play with?
I'll go down to David Lamb, or I'll play kits sometimes, and just pick up. I got a couple of friends that will have 2-on-2 games, but usually you can just find a pickup at a good park around here.
Yeah. Any friends in the comedy community?
Chris James.
Is he good?
Yeah, Chris James is actually a really good athlete.
He's your voice doppelganger.
Yeah, we hang out all the time.
Yeah, you sound.
Yeah, we're pretty frequent.
Sound alike.
Frequently in the hanging out department.
So, but he's okay?
Yeah,
I never would have guessed that.
He's
good.
He was a really good soccer player too growing up.
Wow.
And he still plays soccer. He's pretty skilled.
Yeah, so you two are probably the best in Vancouver comedy.
And basketball?
Yeah.
Emma Cooper went to school for I think she's a really good basketball player.
Oh, well, she's tall.
Yeah, she's super tall.
Yeah. And Dino Archie, of course, played college ball.
But he would never play.
He wouldn't.
He said he hung up the shoes.
Oh, he won't play now, ever.
Yeah, he won't play now.
Because he probably isn't very good, and he's embarrassed.
I don't know about that. I think
that's what Gavin Matts says.
He just outgrown
Dino
it.
Archie's no good at basketball.
There's a lot more basketball in Toronto, actually, in the Toronto comedy community.
You play with them?
Yeah, went out on the day of the Top Comic. I actually played basketball with a bunch of guys over there, like Chris Robinson and Jared Campbell and Ian Gordon, Jordan Foisey.
Yeah. Did you represent 604? You did okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I got some pretty crafty passes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would go play basketball right now.
It's raining. You ever played in the downpour?
Yeah, but not for like a long time.
Yeah.
When I was a kid.
I did when I was about 20. Pouring rain, yeah.
Just to get all those feelings out?
Down on the West End. There'd be a group of us.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't just me out there shooting hoops.
Yeah, that sounds sad.
You play.
Yeah.
It's a little dangerous.
Is it?
Yeah.
I guess slippery.
Slippery when wet.
Makes me think of One Tree Hill.
Why is it? Oh, you know what?
The show.
I don't know the show, but I know that Pete Johansson's brother was one of the stars of that show.
Yeah, he was Dan. He was a bad guy.
And that
shot his brother.
Oh, really? He was a bad guy?
Yeah.
He played basketball for UBC.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, and he played for the national team. And when I was in university, I did the radio broadcast for our basketball team. And we would go over, I was from Victoria, and we would play the UBC Thunderbirds, and it was Paul Johansson and his backcourt partner, Kevin Hansen. So
Sweet.
it was Johansson to Hansen, back to Johansson.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's a good fact. It's the
Little
fourth
good
fun fact. Hey.
But why did that remind you of One Tree Hill?
Oh, basketball is very prominent in that show.
Oh, he must produce it or something.
Yeah.
Paul Johansson.
Maybe.
I think so, yeah.
It's over now. Good show.
Yeah, you liked it?
Yeah.
Because of the basketball element.
Yeah.
It's funny, that can elevate a really crappy show into something that you're into.
True. A sports movie, usually sports movies aren't good.
Right.
But then you add in the sports aspect and the cool moves and Yeah. Coach Carter, bad movie. Good basketball.
But I liked it.
Yeah, exactly. Miracle, bad movie, but the hockey is cool in it.
Yeah, I didn't see it. All right, Gavin Matts, what else? Oh, so you mentioned this competition. Yeah, 2017 was the year of Gavin Matts, and we played the song off the top, which is called Winner Take All, because that's what Gavin Matts did back in September, a couple months ago, 6 weeks. What is it now?
Yeah, I guess month.
He was the big winner of the SiriusXM Top Comic competition that lasted months.
Yes.
Great. And the top 8, was it?
Top 8.
Top 8 went to Toronto, performed in a big fancy theater in front of judges, and they chose a winner, and it was Gavin Matts from New Westminster. And he won not only 3 festival spots, so there's Vancouver, which you probably would have got anyway, and Toronto, JFL 42, and the big one, Montreal Just for Laughs. Pretty nice.
Very exciting.
And then they handed you a check for 25,000 Canadian dollars.
True, on the night of.
On the night.
It's really bad.
Have you spent it?
No, it's in a tax-free savings account.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Who told you to do that?
Myself.
You knew that?
I already knew, yeah, because I have to save the money so I can move to the States. So.
Why would you want to do that?
So I can have a career.
Why do you need that?
Because I like validation.
Yeah?
Yeah, I want to feel validated. I think it's harder to do here.
Hard to feel validated here, even though you're on What's So Funny tonight?
This is validating.
It's a big step.
Yeah, but I can't do this every week.
Well, you could. I wouldn't mind. Come by.
Come by, hang
We
out.
can get rid of Sam.
We could. Dude, I don't know how to work the board.
Yeah. I could teach you.
All right.
Yeah. So you want to move to the States. Any timeline for that?
I just started my visa, actually. So, like my visa application with a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, hopefully next year. After next year.
Wow, you're just going to leave us. That's like 5 years into your career.
Yeah. I feel like soon I'm just going to be old and, I'm going to be out of that gap of age of like 20 to 25.
That's true. I wouldn't say that you'll be old then, but yeah, if you get down there and get seen and work on your act in your 25 to 30, that's like sweet spot right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, 28 is always the best year of somebody's sports career.
Right. Think of all the teams you got cut from.
Yeah. I just use sports analogy as, it's easy for people.
You know that Aziz Ansari show when he was here, I forget which year it was. Well, you would know.
2008.
2008. He was, I think, 29.
Yeah.
Around 29.
Oh, sorry. It was 2012. 2008 was his Dangerously Delicious special.
Okay, 2012 then. He was late 20s, and he was named the top comic under 30.
Yeah.
Something to shoot for, Gavin.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
Huh?
Yeah.
Aziz probably isn't going to be named the top comic over 30.
No, there's too many good ones.
Too many good ones, right?
Too many.
So don't worry about getting old.
Yeah.
Because look how many great ones are in their 30s and 40s.
True.
Louis C.K., Bill Cosby.
They're very good at stand-up. Not good at much else.
Yeah. No, but there's a lot of great comics.
Of course. Stand-up's the only thing that you get better with age.
And do you take acting lessons? Is that something you'd want to do?
Well, I do want to act.
I mean, you took drama in grade 8, and that's probably enough.
Yeah, I think it's enough. I mean, I don't think I'm out here trying to do any dramas. I would just want somebody to be like, hey, we like you for this. That's the dream. The Hannibal Buress route.
Right, they just nab you.
Put in, yeah.
Don't worry about an audition.
Yeah, exactly.
We want a Gavin Matts type.
Yeah. They want a Gavin Matts type to go with somebody else.
You'd do a One Tree Hill reboot.
Oh, I would love that. I want to be on Riverdale so bad.
Do you?
Yeah, I do.
Which Archie comic character would you be?
I would want to be
Archie,
I would want to be Jughead.
Yeah.
I don't think I can be Archie. I don't have that Archie charisma.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would just be like an extra, like that sat in the back of the class and spoke up, maybe died. I would want to die in Riverdale.
Isn't that filmed here?
Yeah, it is.
So you could be on it.
I'm asking people.
Are you?
Yeah, just random people too, not the right people.
You put it out on Co-op Radio.
Yeah.
Who knows what'll happen?
Yeah.
Hey,
might tweet at them every day.
So this big competition must, like, when you go into a competition, and if you're wise, you know that it's a long shot. I mean, this is a long road anyway, from the each city having nights.
Yeah.
And then eventually whittling it down to the final 8. And then you go to the final 8. You go, hey, I got just as good a chance as anybody. Or are you out there just going, hey, I just want to do as best as I can, and who knows what'll happen?
Yeah, I just wanted to have a fun set. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much how I went into it. Because, I mean, each time I moved on, like the first night where I moved on, I was surprised. And then when I moved on from the voting stage, I was surprised. I don't think I would be anywhere close to anybody just off of posts and everything. So
did you do a big online push to get people to vote?
Kind of. I think I did a couple of unique things, just on Instagram. I did a video that was super well edited to a rap song by my friend, and I was doing these vaporwave photos.
What's that?
It's this super teen. It's an edited photo where it's just you put purple. It's hard to explain. I can show you one. But
yeah, show our listeners.
Yeah, hey, you guys here. I don't know how to describe the vaporwave. Just Google vaporwave, you'll get it. Okay. It's like a blue whale and codeine cups.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
But then you never heard of Yvonne to Carlo.
No, so, I haven't. So.
I mean, we're even.
Yeah.
But that must have been thrilling for you. Could you believe it?
No.
As it was happening, you did your set. What number were you on, by the way?
I was 3.
You're on 3rd, and then you have to sit through the other 5. So you saw the first 2, and did you think, oh, this person's got it, or that person's got it, or wait, I still think mine was just as good as anyone else's?
Well, so here's what I did. So I watched Anna Maria Stojcik went first. She did a great set, and then Michelle Shaughnessy went second, and then I went 3rd, did my set, and then after I just went down to the dressing rooms and I just listened to music for a little bit. So I missed Sterling Scott's sets, and then I missed Graham Chittinen's set, and then I came back to watch Kyle Bottom's set, Vancouver comic, super funny. He had an amazing set. And then I watched Kathleen's set, and then I watched
Kathleen McGee,
another amazing Vancouver comic. And then Kelly Taylor closed it, and he like crushed. He's got this Tupperware joke that just like smashed, and I was like, whoa. But then I hadn't seen really any of the sets, so I couldn't be a judge. I just knew I had a fun set and I had a good time. So then they called the runners up, and I was like,
missed it.
I was like, I didn't get it.
They named third and second.
Yeah, so it was Sterling Scott and Graham
from
Chittenden.
Calgary and Chittenden from Toronto.
Yeah, so they went up, and I was like, oh, they're after me. I didn't see them, so I was like, I don't think I won. I was like, oh, I think it was maybe like Kelly Taylor or Kathleen or Kyle, and then they said my name, and I just like, whoa. And then I went and hugged Kyle Bottom, give Kyle Bottom a big hug because he was right there, and then I went on.
He must have loved that.
I think he did.
Yeah,
I think he did.
Everyone's happy for you, but also
yeah, I mean. But I'm glad he hugged me back. That would have been a bad thing if he didn't hug me back. And then I was like, oh, man. But yeah, then I went out on that stage. It was cool.
And then the reaction after, did you go out and party? Did the 8 of you get together? What happened then?
So, like, my girlfriend was there, and I had some friends that I was staying with. So we just went out. I did an interview right after, which is the worst interview I've ever read after in my entire life. Like what I was saying, just gibberish, just speaking gibberish, just too excited.
Give me an example.
Oh man, I was like,
who was it with?
I don't even want to say, so you guys go and find the magazine. But it was like some magazine, and she was asking me very serious questions. And
right after this high that you're
right
on.
After, it's like it's like, to go back to sports, it's like when you talk to a guy after a game, and it's just like a boring, shitty interview.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but then we went out for drinks, and I met Sophie Buttle was there. I met up with Sophie Buttle, and then we went to the comedy bar, and that's where everybody kind of goes, I guess. And I just drank there until like 2 a.m.
Right.
They had to be up at 6 to go do morning TV.
Oh, the winner just is booked on.
Yeah, like 3 TV spots.
How did they go?
I was so hungover, and some of them were like bad. But as I got like to the third one, I had like a really tight interview set because all the questions were the same. So I was just working it like an open mic. And by the end, I was like really hitting. I was getting some jokes out there.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fun experience.
Yeah, it was cool.
Now you knew how to do those morning interviews on TV.
I do. If I get a couple before, I can warm up.
Only book 3 at a time.
Yeah, that's how you got to do it.
Yeah. And then, were the other comics really supportive? Happy for you? Or at least faked it well?
Yeah, everybody's really nice. Everybody's been really nice to me.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're all proud of you.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, there was a good representation. I guess you had some, I guess mostly Ontario and BC. I know Kathleen, they say she's from Edmonton, and she is, but she lives here now. And
yeah, she's part of like our scene.
Yeah. Michelle, we'll still, she was here for a few years, so we'll take her too.
Yeah, we can claim Michelle.
Yeah. 5 of those 8 have been guests on this very program.
Amazing.
Yeah. We've got to get the other 3, or should we?
If you want. Have you ever had Kelly Taylor? I like that guy.
No, I haven't.
I like him.
Never seen him even.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
Oh, good.
He's very cool. Nice.
So, had you performed at Just for Laughs before?
No, just this one in Vancouver.
Oh, just this one.
Well, I mean, when I say just this one, I mean like I just did like the independent shows or like the Barely Legal, this show that I run on my own. Yeah. With Sophie. Uh-huh. So I've never done big shows like that.
So now you get next year. Yeah. You get to go to Just for Laughs in Montreal. Uh-huh. Never been.
Never been.
Never
even been to Montreal.
It'll be a blast. Yeah. And then the JFL 42, and I don't even know when that is.
That'll be next September.
Next September.
So March here, July Montreal, September Toronto.
That's great. And do you know what kind of sets you get? What kind of shows you'll be on? Will you be headlining? Will you be featuring? Will you be doing a 7-minute set?
I do get I get headline sets at the March on the 7th and 8th here in Vancouver, and then in the September I'll have like a week of headline sets. So I've been stressing, trying to get some new. I need a new hour. It's been it was like when, and then they're like, well, so next year you're gonna have these hour-long sets, so 45 minutes. I'm like, well, stupidly put out an album now, so I burned everything.
Not really.
Yeah, I know, not really, but
did.
I think, but I want to go by the model of like throw it away and
Yeah.
you know, revamp.
So you're working on it? I know the album just came out, like within days, or
It came out right at next day.
the day after you win the Top Comic competition.
Yeah,
Your new album called Premature
yeah,
on 604 Records
correct.
comes out.
It comes
Like,
out.
What a week! What a weekend!
They planned for that because they were like, even if you lose, it's still good. You probably get more hits on it, I was like, okay,
Yeah, whatever.
and it worked.
It
It
works.
was in the number one spot.
Number one, yeah.
I beat out Jeff Foxworthy and Larry the Cable Guy. Dropped an album on the same day, and they're huge, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, with
You
their
guys are all
respective-
very similar.
Yeah, we have the same style, and and yeah, I kept them out of the number one spot, which is pretty crazy. You know, I guess the rednecks aren't, you know, going on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever.
That's right. They don't know about.
Yeah, they don't. They just got the radio.
Now, your album called Premature, which people can buy anywhere online or stream.
Yes,
Spotify.
stream. Yeah,
I
just
use
stream it if you can.
Deezer.
That's
But,
cool.
Yeah, nobody's ever heard of that, but it works.
I haven't either. I just didn't. I was gonna be like, I don't know
Yeah,
what that
that's
is,
cool.
but I didn't want to be another one of those.
And, Yvonne Carlo.
Yvonne Carlo, which I'm actually getting tattooed on me this week.
Good. Yeah, you, Raymond, Burr. Yeah, just have like a heart. with
Yeah,
those
just a
three
Mount
names.
Rushmore of New Westminster
Yeah.
on my own body.
Yeah. So your album though is it's kind of like in that old Norm Macdonald's first CD.
Yeah,
It had no stand up, did it? It was just sketches.
it was just sketch. Yeah.
And yours is a combination
Yes.
of live stand up recorded at the Mix, probably.
Yes.
Comedy Mix.
At the Mix.
And then some recorded sketches. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And why did you do that route?
I just like, well, because Kevy, who produced it with 604 Records,
Former guest on the
yes,
show.
he produces like all the albums
Yes.
in Vancouver.
No matter what.
He asked me to do the album, and I was like, I don't know if I can. I don't think I should.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, it'd be a lot easier if I just did skits. Like, could we do some skits on it, like an old hip hop album? And he was like,
Cheech and Chong.
yeah. And he was like, yeah, we could do that. And then we just did it. So we just recorded my middle spot during the Brian Callen weekend, which is why the laughs on it are so good, is because it was just like sold out Brian Callen fans.
Beautiful.
So that's kind
But
of
they
cheating.
liked you. No, it's not cheating because they could be sitting there going, when's Callen getting on?
True. But yeah, so it was fun.
Yeah. And then the skits, how long did it take you to write those?
Write them? Well, for the skits, I just had like an idea of what I wanted each person to do. And then they came in and we just like riffed them all out. Like we just went back and forth and figured them all out. And they maybe each one took like 40 minutes to make. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was cool. I mean, there's a bunch of skits that aren't even on it. Like there's probably
For your next album.
I don't know. I'll probably do. I don't want to. I was thinking my next thing I'll just do straight stand up.
You're 45.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just do a straight 45.
I want to play. Do you want to go to the stand-up track first or the skit
Sure,
track?
you can play stand up. Maybe stand up and then whatever you feel.
Well, I want you to tell me.
Well, let's do stand up and then we'll do a skit.
Oh, yeah,
after.
yeah. We know what we're going to play here.
Oh, yeah.
I just got to find it. Oh, yes. I got to say, our guest this week on What's So Funny is Gavin Matts, the most recent top comic in Canada, and he's got a new album out called Premature. The show's What's So Funny, I said that. Station CFRO, Vancouver Co-op Radio, 100.5 FM. Also, we're on podcast. Maybe you're listening on podcast, and so forget what I just said. And I'm Guy McPherson. We're going to play now a track from Gavin Matts' Premature album, and it's called Puzzle Glue. Fingers crossed this works. So true, right? That was Gavin Matts from the album Premature, just out a few weeks ago. And Puzzles.
Puzzles.
Best comedies based on truth.
Yeah.
Gavin, you got to tell me this is a true story.
It's a true story.
5 hours For 1,000 pieces?
Yeah, I killed puzzles.
Over how many days?
Straight, one day.
No, 5 hours in one day.
One day.
Right. You say you kill at puzzles? This wasn't just like a one thing.
I'm really good at like jigsaws and stuff. I used to do them when I was younger, like on the computer on Shockwave. Mm-hmm. My granny would keep me entertained. I would do puzzles on that, and I can do a puzzle like pretty quickly.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's impressive. Well, you said your average is good. Implying that was the one. It was like, I've done one puzzle and it's 5 hours.
Well, I mean, I have a very high puzzle average. Overall, I don't. Yeah.
You like doing them?
I do.
Yeah, I think I want to like doing them. And every time I try, I just give up really quickly.
I think it helps it's like a good activity to just like clear your head. Mm-hmm. Because you can kind of just sit and think and do a puzzle. You can put a podcast on too or listen to music.
Yep. Sure.
But it's underrated. People don't do puzzles anymore.
Well, because I don't have a clean table for one thing.
Okay.
Right? You got to clear off.
I did on the floor.
You got to clear off the table. Do it on the floor.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good for you.
Thanks. Thanks. I'm real proud of it.
I'm on the floor. I'm not getting up. But yeah, I mean, when they're all sort of the same color. Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah. I did a puzzle recently. It was like a Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs puzzle, and it was like them walking across a bridge, mm-hmm. and there was like a lot of green, and actually that one gave me a lot of trouble because I couldn't differentiate the green. Like the greens were all kind of the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of stuff those kinds are hard. When it's just like a blend of like the same mm-hmm. color. So you got to kind of pick it wisely.
You mentioned earlier your girlfriend.
Yes.
Yeah, you live with your girlfriend?
Yeah.
And what does she think of your puzzle habit?
Sometimes she'll help me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
It's not like a deal breaker.
No.
This guy's into puzzles.
No, it makes me interesting.
That is good. So how often do you do one?
I was doing like two a month, but I haven't done one this month yet.
Oh. Is there a particular art that you like for puzzles, or could it be anything? It could be a drawing, it could be a photo.
It could be anything. Just
Doesn't
like
matter.
anything, like because I get them off Amazon, so just anything that kind of pops.
Mm-hmm. And do you glue them or no?
No, I have. Mm-hmm. I have glued them and framed them.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Giving them as gifts?
Yeah, but no. I'm going to put them on my wall. I have a new joke about this now, which is why I kind of wish I saved this bit. But it's because I moved in with my girlfriend and she wouldn't let me put them on the wall. Yeah, so... but yeah, so I have a couple. But now I just bring them back. I'll give them to like Value Village. And then I'll like get another one.
All done?
Not all done.
Oh.
But I'll put it back in the box.
All right.
Which...
Yeah, it's the challenge, and now let somebody else have it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why the internet ones were nice, though. It's because you don't always have to be getting a puzzle, but it's better. Like, I'm a hand-written kind of guy, like pen to paper. Mm-hmm. I like my puzzles in front of me.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm with you. You said that you kind of wish that you hadn't recorded it because, I mean, that's just, if this could be in music or comedy, you put something out there and then you go, oh, I thought of a better way of telling this or playing this.
Yeah, I just think that like immediately after you do something, you're better at it. So it just like keeps evolving, like the jokes keep evolving, like because you think about them different ways, like day to day. And I point to Nate Bargatze, who is a great comedian, and he has jokes on that are he's used jokes on his very first album to even his last special. Mm-hmm. That are the same, but they've grown and they just change. They're just like always evolving. So he keeps bringing them back, and I never understood why he did that. And now that I've done this thing and put this out there, I'm like, oh, but I can do it so much better now, and I'm more myself when I do it now. You know.
Mm-hmm. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah, because I didn't know that. I realize with Nate's albums, I've heard them, and I go, I think wasn't this on the last album? Yeah. I don't check it. But you're saying that he actually adds to it and records it again.
Yeah, they feel completely different.
Yeah,
because it is like it's like an always growing thing. Like stories are always evolving, so it is completely different. But he has used the same things.
That is the Seinfeld model. Just keep working on the same jokes and tweak them over time.
Yeah. I've actually, one thing I when I started, I used to follow Ivan Decker around a lot and to see how he worked on things. And he would change, if you watch him in a headline weekend and you watch all 5 shows, I noticed from show to show, he would change a word placement and it would change the reaction of the joke. So
just like that.
So just like a little thing, just a timing thing even.
Mm-hmm. And you learned from that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely timing. Because you can do a joke and pause and then go to the next line. And that pause can be 5 seconds or it could be 2 seconds. And that 3 seconds changes everything. So it's a weird science.
It is weird because, I mean, it might be that pause that changes everything, or it just might be the dynamic in the room of the people who were there in that show that weren't there in the first show.
Exactly.
And you don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. Then you try to replicate it in another show, and then that, hey, I thought I solved this.
Yeah.
It's 2 seconds, not 5 seconds.
Yeah, I learned that pretty quickly once. I said like a opening line just off the top of my head once, and it got a huge laugh. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to open with that on the next one. And I did, to just nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, and I was like, what the... That was...
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's that hive mind or something.
Yeah.
Like it's funny to 2 people, and then it becomes funny to 200.
Yeah. I can kind of tell now how a crowd is going to be, like, as a group, as a cohesive unit, during the intro to the show. Like at a club, at least. Mm-hmm. Like if they're all like kind of clapping at the Black Betty,
yeah,
they're gonna be a bad crowd.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If people are getting excited and then they laugh at the joke that the announcer does, it's not gonna be a good crowd. But if they're all quiet and waiting,
right,
then they're a good crowd.
Interesting. You came up with this on your own?
I've discussed it with people too, and I've watched it happen. Oh,
I'm gonna notice that next time I go to the comedy mix.
Sometimes too, you'll see people like clapping, and then you'll see people look at them like, "Why are they clapping?" And then so you like feel the judgment in the room.
And that's a good thing?
No, it's a bad thing.
Oh, that's a bad thing.
Yeah, you don't want anybody to feel judged.
Oh,
I'm supposed to be judged.
Yeah, you're being judged.
Yeah,
of course. Huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
So any kind of clapping, whether it's everyone or even half the crowd, is bad.
Yeah, because it will never be everyone. There will always be one person that doesn't.
And that's me on any show that I'm at.
Dude, but that means you're a good audience member.
Yeah, thank you. Except for I don't laugh.
That's good.
Yeah,
I don't either.
That's good. You don't laugh. You're much too young not to laugh.
Sometimes I don't. It depends on the show.
But you can really appreciate the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for understanding me.
I do get it.
So many people don't. It's the other things I know about Gavin Matts. You have 3 sisters.
Yes.
2 are twins.
Yes.
Identical.
Fraternal,
but they're sisters. Blow my mind.
I know.
Yeah. So they don't look alike.
No.
And where do you fall in the 4?
So my sister Rowan is the oldest, and she is 25. I'm the second oldest. I'm 23, and then my younger sister, are 17.
17. Oh.
Yeah, they're in
high school.
They're in grade 12.
New West. Good job.
Yeah.
And what did your folks do?
My mom works for the city of Burnaby, and she's always worked for a municipality. Mm-hmm. And my dad works for Fisheries and Oceans. And,
so both government workers.
Yes.
Yeah. Button down dad works for Fisheries and Oceans. My cousin works for Fisheries and Oceans.
Okay, cool.
Maybe they know each other.
Maybe.
Yeah.
My dad's worked there for a long time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, button down. I'd say that.
Good sense of humor?
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. All the kids, all the family?
No, not everyone. My dad has, I think, the best sense of humor. My older sister has no sense of humor.
Same here.
My younger sister's pretty good, but very different.
From you or from each other?
From each other. They kind of have different, they have completely different outlooks on life. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So were they surprised you got into stand-up?
Yeah, I think everybody at first was like, oh, cool.
Because you took to it really effortlessly.
I mean, I just like committed to it, which is something I never really do with anything. So I just like was like all in from the beginning. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, I was like a year in, and I just decided to like move in with Sophie because I thought that would like help me.
You could steal her jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just like being downtown and like around like her more and like comedians more, that I would be able to just like get better. Mm-hmm. And also living at home, I think it's hard to do when you're trying to get good at something,
especially out in the burbs.
Yeah.
I don't know when I saw you first, but it was a few years ago, so you were pretty new at it.
Probably green.
Yeah, but also just like a real fun presence and natural on stage where you go, this guy's good.
Yeah, that's nice. I don't ever want to even think about it, even though it's not even that long ago. I don't want to think about last week doing stand-up.
Bad week? Did you have a bad week, Gavin?
I've been having bad weeks.
Have you?
Yeah, overall.
Since the big competition?
Yeah, I had a good set last night, and that I feel good about. But yeah, I've been bombing quite a bit.
Do you think that it has sort of screwed with your head winning that? Or the expectations, are you brought on stage as he's the top comic?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Because
I just don't like talking about it that much. I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I agreed to do it. I knew what we were going to talk about, but it's fine. Yeah, because when you get brought on and it's like, like Patrick Molina gave me this huge, big spiel before he brought me on, and he's like, and he won like this much money, and he's doing, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Now how do I, you can't, it's not even, I feel like it's not like it's a big thing, but I don't think it matters to be brought on like that. I think it's better to just be like, this is a funny local guy. I think that gives you a better chance.
Or here's Gavin Matts.
Yeah.
And the audience can judge whether you're funny or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess, I mean, I don't know. Like, I don't know if it has made you overthink things and you're delivering slightly differently, or the audience is going, okay, this guy better be good.
Yeah, I'm also trying to do new stuff, and just like, that's always hard. It's impossible to write new material.
Is it?
I find it
impossible.
I say impossible because I think that's the only way to, explain how hard it is.
Yeah.
Sometimes
tell that to Ivan Decker.
I talked to him about it this week, and he said it is impossible.
How come every time I see Ivan Decker, he has a fully formed new chunk of material that I've never heard, and it's stuff that we've all thought about but never thought about. It's his stuff about time now.
Because he does the impossible.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. He'll even tell you it's impossible. we just sit here and believe him. But
you're writing and just trying to come up with new material for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, you're going to go through some rough patches.
A bunch of rough patches, let me tell you.
But you still throw in some of the classics.
Yeah. I mean, I got a whole 12 minutes, I would say, that isn't on the album. Mm-hmm. That's the set. I use the new set for the Top Comic final.
Yeah.
But I am trying to stay away from that because I don't want to go to anything as a crutch. So I feel like if you force yourself to not do stuff that works, mm-hmm. then it'll give your new material a chance to grow.
Sure. I guess it depends on the context because you're there to entertain the audience too.
Yeah. You are. And I have been, it's such a weird thing because especially I'm at the Mix a lot and I'm there so much that I know there's regulars there, which is a crazy thing I found out, is that people will regularly go to comedy clubs. Like they'll still go to the Mix and they go there all the time.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people and they're like,
I used to do that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I used to not think about it like that. And then once I found that out, because someone's like, oh, I come here all the time. I was like, oh, what? Then I was like, oh, you must have seen me do these same things at least 10 times.
Yeah.
So that has got in my head too, where I'm like, oh, I need to have something for these people to show them that I'm working.
Right. But that could screw with you too.
Yeah.
Instead of just confidently giving up, not caring if anyone's heard it. Talk to the people who haven't heard it.
I know, but then I think that makes people upset as well, because they'll be like, "Oh, he does this every time." It's all a weird mental head game.
It is. I think people are savvy enough now, comedy fans, that they know that comics aren't going up and doing a new set every time they hit the stage.
Some people, they're like, "We heard you do that thing last time, but it was still good."
Yeah. Well, I started going to Punchlines long ago in Gastown.
Okay.
Going to see a comedy show. First time, like you with Aziz Ansari. Fantastic. And I went back every week for sure. Maybe a couple times. And it was only like that second or third time where I go, oh, I guess that's what they do. They have an act, you know, and it didn't bother me. It wasn't like, oh, that's terrible. He's doing the same jokes. It was interesting to see the little changes that they would do every week, or how it was received each time they did it. So, yeah, I don't think you need to worry about people being regulars.
I know I shouldn't, but I still do.
What else do I know about Gavin Matts? Is your mother hearing impaired?
Yes. My mom is deaf.
Deaf.
Yeah, she's got like 10% of her hearing. Just in the 1 year.
Your whole life, or did it?
She lost it, and she lost it like over time. Yeah. So I mean, I guess it's gotten pretty bad now, but the hearing aids are a lot smaller now. She has always got them in. And with the hearing aids, she can hear.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
And Moshe Kasher's parents are deaf.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stepping on his toes.
You what? Stepping
on his toes. Got the deaf mom too.
Stepping on his toes.
Yeah, like material-wise. I got my deaf mom jokes, and he's got his, and he's like, he's like, hey, this is my market. He said that to me.
Did he?
No.
That would have been great. What else? You have a job in an animation studio?
Yes. I still have it. Yes.
Are you an animator?
No.
Were you ever an animator?
Never.
You ever have aspirations of becoming an animator?
No. I don't want to work that job. I also can't draw.
Oh, well, that's the first question I should have asked.
Yeah, I can't draw.
What do you do in the animation studio?
I'm a facility coordinator, so I'm just like order stuff for the facility, help with like temperature in artist areas, kind of just boring computer stuff. But it's 9 to 5.
And you did this, you got this job through your experience at VFS?
Yeah, somebody posted about a job and I applied and I got it. I've worked there for 2 years now. I started as a PA, so I was just like making coffees and stuff, but it's right in downtown, so it's been good.
It's pretty good. Do you wish you were still making coffees?
No, I'm glad I can just kind of sit all day.
Oh, okay.
And think.
You don't have to run around.
No, I don't. I don't like that.
And I know that you're a big fan of Todd Barry, as am I. And you must have been thrilled when Todd Barry closed out the Top Comic set while the judges were tallying their votes. And Todd was a headliner. Now, did you have any interaction with him?
I had a horrible interaction with him the night before.
As most people do.
I had the worst interaction so we're in a green room. We're doing like Andy Kindler's alternative show. And I was like, oh, it's Todd Barry. Like, I want to say something, you know, like I want to be funny. I like this guy, you know, and he's sitting there. And I said to him, I was like, hey, Todd, why would you go to Kyle Bottom's wedding? Because he went to Kyle Bottom's wedding.
He did?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
I saw the pictures. And so I was like, why would you go there? Like being snide and like, and he was like, because my girlfriend's friends with his wife. And I was like, and I just didn't have a follow-up. And then he stood up and he looked at the lineup and he's like, you know, if you're not on this list, you shouldn't be back here.
Wow. Todd.
Yeah, but it was like, and then the next day I was like, hey man, sorry about what I said last night. I was just trying to be funny. And he was like, no, I thought what you did was very funny. And I was like, oh, I couldn't tell at all. And he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. And then he like walked away again. And I was like,
another awkward
Todd Barry hates
moment with Todd Barry. Our time is almost up, but I just want to play a skit from the album Premature by our guest Gavin Matts, and this is called Judge Sophie, and it features your old roommate
Sophie Buttle.
Sophie Buttle, and former guest on What's So Funny. Sophie Buttle, Judge Sophie Buttle, body shaming Gavin Matts.
Yep.
On Gavin's new album called Premature. Go get it.
And she's thought of all that stuff in her head because we didn't write that.
Right, and so now you're thinking, like, she must really think some of those things.
Well, I know I got a snaggletooth.
Oh,
so
I didn't.
So
know
that's
this.
true. So I knew that was true.
Mm-hmm.
So going off of that,
I haven't checked out your butt, so I can't speak to that. But I believe Judge Sophie. All right, Gavin. Anything else you want to say? You're Barely Legal. That's a show you produce with Sophie.
Yeah.
And it's an underground show. What the hell?
Well, so it started as that because we were doing it in this art studio actually right over on 79 East Pender. Say the address name. But then that got closed down because they also threw raves there. So the police said there can't be any more events. So we changed the place. It's now at Slice of Life Gallery. And it's not so underground anymore, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
You don't need to email to get the...
No, but you used to have to email to get the address.
Yeah.
That was a fun thing for people.
Yeah, it's like, where are we going this month?
Yeah.
It's the first Friday or last...
First Friday of the month.
First Friday.
So the next one is December 2nd, the Friday. And, yeah.
It's you and Sophie and whoever you decide to invite.
Yeah, whoever we book. We've been lucky to get like a lot of out-of-towners that just happen to be in around.
It's great. What time does the show go?
It starts at 9 o'clock.
Nice.
9 o'clock sharp, goes to like 10:15, 10:20. It's $5.
9 o'clock sharp. I'll believe that when I see it.
Yeah, no, seriously.
Really?
We're the only show that's like 9 o'clock sharp.
It's usually, we'll wait till the audience.
No, because we got a time limit because we got to be out of there by 11. So
that's good. See, you train the audience.
Yes.
You got to get here on time.
Well, also what we do is we do doors at 8. So you say doors at 8.
Yeah. And people aren't sure when the show starts, so they think we got to get there at 8 to get a seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People know now because there's always limited seats, so people will show up. Like by 8:30, it's usually packed.
They can get a drink.
Yeah, there's a bar right there.
Perfect.
Slice of Life. They make their own ginger beer. It's very good.
Wow, I hate ginger beer.
Yeah, it's good I like it a lot. I like Moscow Mules.
Is that a main ingredient of Moscow Mules?
Yeah, ginger beer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
With there, it's just Jameson and ginger beer.
Okay. Still don't like it, I don't think.
That's okay.
That's okay.
You're allowed to not like stuff.
Thank you. Thank you, Gavin Matts. That's it. Anything else?
No. Sophie Buttle is recording her comedy album on the 28th and the 29th at the Comedy Mix. It's a Tuesday and Wednesday. It starts at 8:30. Of November, this month.
And what do you have to do with that?
She's just a good friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
I'm on the shows too. But
you're on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, people.
Yeah.
You want to hear Gavin Matts?
Yeah.
Sophie can come here and tell me that herself.
Yeah. But I'm also, cross promotion is good. You
That's
get
true.
multiple fan bases.
Yeah. And any former guest of What's So Funny gets a free plug. So, Sophie, we're good with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Next week, you know who our guest is?
No.
Take a guess.
Sophie Buttle.
No. Charlie Demers.
Oh, yay.
Charlie will be our guest. He hasn't been here since 2010. 7 years. That's to give you perspective. Gavin Matts, our guest tonight, started comedy in 2014. And Charlie was our guest 4 years prior to that.
Jeez,
hey? Whew. So next Sunday night, and I trust Sam Tonning will be back to join us now that Gavin's out of the studio. And we'll talk to you then. Thanks for listening. Good night.